Hello everyone, it's Mikhail and today we dive into scene notes again. I'm gonna to shed some lights to technique which I ran into when I was experimenting with scene notes again to create kind of repulsion effect without any third-party plugins, to create a simple emitter use scene notes and operate with relax point node. So if you're interested in, let's get started. So to begin with, let's open Node editor. Okay, open with attributes, and let's start to create actually kind of solver inside scene nodes. When we're talking about solver inside scene nodes, first of all we need to use memory node. It's a flow control here. So the memory node, it's a simple solver inside scene nodes. I'm not sure if it's capable to create something complex, but I'm not good at math, and I'm not good actually in scene nodes. I'm just run into on some interesting solution and I'm gonna to share it with you. Special thanks again, my buddy Vasily, who is really educated in math. He has a degree in math and he's really support me with it and explain some of the things which I shared with you. So let's move forward. First of all, when we open this memory node, we need to a bit readjust it. I don't know why, but by default it's just a vector, type. And when I was working on this technique, I ran into interesting solution when I downloaded some of scene nodes example files, especially with memory node. I was surprised because here is no vector. We have matrix as vector as well, but here is no vector array. We have a matrix, but I didn't see any array. But if you dive into here advanced or maybe all models, there are a lot of stuff. So I just to go to the advanced, type array, grab array. We got this array, but float, But we need not float, we need operate with vectors. So for that, just replace basic and choose vector. So we got array vector, a memory node. When we operate with array, we got our with vectors, we got this purple 4 squares or purple dot. It's easily to recognize what kind of what type of data we will use. So far so good. First of all, we need to create kind of point cloud. In scene nodes we can make it fill array with fill array because we want to fill this array. Let's add it in our memory node. Okay, by default it equals 100. Let's keep it for now like a 100 now. So and we need to get some position data here. Let's start from simple technique, just to create a null, okay, and call it emitter, maybe, kind of. Change maybe just a drag and drop here. So we got all this data here, So, but before we use this emitter, we need to go to the memory node, double click, and create append element. So append element, we can get this array, we create this fill array like a point cloud. It's invisible in Cinema 4D, unfortunately, but we can connect this variable one to array and immediately switch to new color with, and we got this value. Let's propagate it here. Okay, let's move to the top level. And in value we can use matrix, position, especially of this emitter. Let me actually change it to maybe circle, to easily recognize it here, and maybe change icon like a circle as well with green color. Okay, so we need to get position. It's pretty straightforward because we have here global matrix and we can connect this global matrix to the value, So right now we get value, we get point cloud, and we're ready to create our new matrix, to compose our new matrix. It's pretty straightforward. Let's type compose matrix. Okay, we got this one. Translation, scale, rotation. Actually, translation is the same like position. And we can connect this array directly to the translation. So we immediately get iterate collection. It's automatically created, and right now we can propagate this result here to add new output. Let's call it matrix. Okay, so what I want to create kind of a meter, and I want to tell my points, separate from each other like a push-apart effector does inside Cinema 4D. But as we operate with scene nodes, it will much faster, much better, of course, it's just a simple technique, but you can achieve a really nice result, So for that, let's create node called relax, or just a type push, and we immediately get this relax point node. This node allows us to create kind of push apart effect like in Houdini scatter points does with relax mode, So right now we have this point arrays, point cloud. We can connect it directly to the points. Boom, again switch to this color and connect to the variables. Why we do it inside memory node? Because we want to kind of solve it, it works like a solver, and we can get previous position data and we get new position data, and afterward it can create kind of kind of solver inside Houdini does, I'm not good at math, but I try to explain it as I understand, So, but just follow me in this tutorial and you got a pretty nice result. So we got this one, okay? So let's actually select this relax point. Let's make minimum separation, maybe 22, okay? And strange does 55 and activate jiggle, we will back to it a bit later, okay? I will tell you what. Let's go to the top level, okay? And create a, for instance, sphere, okay? We got a sphere. Let's change radius by, let's start from 20. Right click, toggle switch type, okay? And let's grab this matrix and connect to this mesh primitive and connect this operator to the child operation. We immediately get one sphere, maybe just 10 radius, okay? So if right now we press play, we got kind of a meter with collision. Pretty nice, yeah? Because we have this fill array, equals 100, let's change it by 0, for instance, okay, let me press play again. We got this one kind of emitter, with collision. So maybe we should a bit readjust scale for our instance. 20, maybe 50 should work more properly, okay? So as you see, we create kind of emitter, yeah, looks really nice, yeah. Let's dive into memory, and as you see, count of our elements just 1. Let's create a 22, for instance, press play again, and we got this one. Take a look how fast it is. One more thing, let's switch to the scene nodes, select these scene roots, click here in empty space and switch display from full shading slow to basic shading fast. It's crucial thing in order to operate very fast in viewport, in Cinema 4D viewport. So if right now I grab this emitter, let me actually hide it here, okay? Let me create maybe a bit more frames. If right now I press play and start to operate it, it looks not so good, I want to create kind of trail, So it's pretty straightforward, but because we use classical object, classic object, and we need to activate this node, and activate this checkbox time dependent. So if right now I start to operate with it, we can create like that. Take a look, pretty nice. so fast, yeah, still works in real time. Take a look, guys. Yeah, sometimes we need to readjust it, because by default, I don't know why, but it's kind of cached here, and sometimes it produced bad result. I think we just need to maybe go actually, let me switch this fill array to vector. Okay, we just need to go inside, maybe change to, I don't know, 33. Okay, to make sure if everything is okay. Yeah, just to reset this simulation. So if you want to operate with it like parametric mode, you can use animation tag, vibrate tag, for instance, activate position, change frequency by 1. Let me create kind of different positions for each, and let's press play, and we got something here. Maybe a bit more, maybe kind of. Not working, I don't know why. Let me again change here, just 22, sorry. Let me, yeah, every time we need to somehow reset it, because it's still I don't know, it's not a technical preview, but there are a lot of bugs, I would say. But take a look, pretty nice result. Yeah, so far so good. Let's make it more interesting looking. Okay, I don't have a plan talking about render this time. I will provide project file on my Patreon, maybe on maybe Gumroad, I don't know exactly. But if you want to colorize it, we just need to type color operator, place it here. By default it's just black. Let's change it by red, for instance. Let me press play again, and we got red color. Pretty nice, yeah. So let's move forward and create kind of noise. Let's type noise, use sample noise. Okay, connect it directly to the color, and we need some data to fit the noise in order to we can various colors for this one. We can use the same metrics. Just go to the noise and change scale by 0.02. I would say, just it makes a big noise. Let me press play again, and we got this one. Yeah, as for me, looks promising. So of course we can clamp it, just tap ramp and grab basic gradient here, connect to the position, connect to the color. Okay, make sure if you go to the first frame, actually to 0 frame, because it's kind of caching system, invisible caching system. And sometimes when you go to the for instance 200 frame and try to change color or try to change some operations here, it's calculating from 0 to current frame which you stopped. So I highly recommend do any change, make any change in the 0 frame, because it's I think limitation on Cinema 4D right now. Let me actually move a bit forward like that. Okay, and let me just grab maybe this color. Yeah, take a look, reset again. I think you got the idea how to create simple I don't know, simple relax point emitter like that, and as you see, it works pretty fast here. Maybe we can increase count of these elements. Actually, let's control click here. Actually, I don't know why it's not working for me. Okay, let me all inputs, let's propagate count here, called it particles count. Okay, move here, and we can actually, let's hide these in nodes. I have this one. Okay, and we can provide particle counts here, because right now it equals 22. Let's increase by 44, and we got much more particles here. Take a look. Really nice, yeah? We can create 200, for instance. Let me check it again. Yeah, a lot of particles, yeah? Yeah, it's a bit slower because we operate a lot of points, you know? But also let's go here, select this node. I need to means separation as well, I think. Just propagate it here, add new input, okay? Just to operate on top level, you know. Let me select it. Where is my... Oh, sorry, not this one. I had a mistake. I need to propagate this. Add new input. Don't need this one, okay. I need just a minimum separation. Okay, let me change it to 10. Okay, let me change radius to 10 as well. Run simulation again, and we got this one. Maybe 10 it's too much for our spheres. Let's make it 6. Calculate a bit. Okay, and we got this one, yeah. So this is a general technique how to create it, you know. Let's move forward and a bit readjust our setup. Let's deactivate this emitter and delete it. We don't need it. Okay, let's actually change by 0, deactivate it just to keep more space here. We still have one sphere, as I see, yeah. Let me check why. Yeah, we need to reset this memory again, I think. Just go to the memory, particles count 0, 1. Okay, let me, yeah. Okay, so what next? What if I want to create kind of growing effect over the splines? It's pretty straightforward, you know. I can create just rectangular. Actually, let me create a cube, you know, here. Just a cube, you know. And let me use my body's Vasily small plugin just to save a time for this tutorial, because I want to use some subdivisions here. I don't want to dive into nodes to create a subdivision. Just press Shift C and type subdivisions. If you got this plugin, you know, we can create it without it. Just I want to subdivide it somehow. As you see, by default it's subdivide just 1. Let's create by 2, and we can use fields, you know. I really like this. I really like not this one. I really like this because I can create it very fast, you know. Just create this one. Okay, maybe one more. Okay, and let me grab one more thing, each liner, place it here, and got splines. Okay, we got with splines, and we can use it as a source for distribution some points over, you know. Let me go to the to my render settings and change output, like maybe 9x60. Okay, let me create a camera. Okay, maybe 200. Okay, just create this isometric camera. Okay, so I want to use this H liner as a source. Let's grab it here. There are a lot of parameters, you know, but we just need a matrix, you know. So in order to use it, we can use like a cloner does with some, for instance, cubes inside, you know, like let me show you classical way how it works. Just switch to the object and use this H liner as a source for our splines, you know, and create kind of rate, you know, press play, and we got this moving clones over the splines, but I need to operate inside scene nodes, you know. For that we need distribution operator. Okay, place it here. I want to switch this from linear to spline even to operate with splines, you know. And let me use these splines, you know, this edge liner like a source. We need to connect geometry to geometry, hide it, you know, to optimize space. And let me create just maybe just a cube, maybe. Okay, switch to operator, connect to the operator, and let me show you how it works. Select our, actually let's deactivate it for now, our particles. Just select with scene roots, add new children, okay, like that, and connect this operator to the children, and we immediately get this. Okay, let me actually hide these attributes here because I want to use it here. Let me change size by kind of, you know, and we create exactly the same, you know, but inside scene nodes we can use start offset, we can use spline offset. One more thing, we should go to this edge liner, you know, again open attributes, sorry, and go to the splines and change from adaptive to uniform and create kind of 32 points, you know, in order to provide more points here. And let's change count to 4. Let's select this spline distribution. Okay, sorry for mess. And change count. By default it equals 20. Let's change by 4, and we can operate spline offset or something, you know, like that. In order to make it automatically, you know, we just can use this spline even, you know, and control click to end offset, for instance, yeah, and start offset, I think, yeah. Okay, create a time node, connect scene times to both. I think we got pretty high speed. Let's create a multiply node. Just want to multiply both of it, you know, to 0.01 to negate a bit of speed, to create like that. Okay, let me actually create spline offset. Don't know where is my, maybe that's a lot. We should, yeah, we should change, deactivate start offset. Maybe we should create start offset like that, you know, change a bit random offset. Okay, and let me play again. We got this one. Okay, so let's deactivate looping. Okay, and we can use this matrix, you know, instead of just a simple null. Just open this operator and grab this matrix from here and connect directly to the value of memory node. Let me connect operator here again. Let me start, and we got this effect, you know. If you don't want to see these cubes, just deactivate from children, you know. And we got kind of growing system, you know, over the spline. Let me go to the memory node, increase particles count by 22. Okay, let me press play again, and we got this one. So many particles growing over this spline. So guys, I think you got a general idea how to create kind of particle repulsion capping inside C4D without any third-party plugins. Of course it has some drawbacks, but I'm still diving in scene nodes, and if I will find interesting solution how to create, for instance, different radius for points and so on, I'll definitely share with you. So I hope you like this tutorial, leave a comment, subscribe me on Patreon and YouTube as well, and see you very soon on next tutorial. Bye bye!